10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift off.
Welcome everybody to another break right here at Cyber Breaks. We're going to be breaking 6 2022 hobby boxes baseball tops, 3 Series 1, 3 Series 2, and we're going to get started in less than 30 seconds. All right, here we go. Like I said, we have 6 boxes of tops here. We're going to start ripping into. I see you on the chat already, Joey. Good to see you here. Brian, good to see you also. Before we get going, let's go ahead and pull up the buy-ins list. We did have one buyer fall out that didn't pay in time for the Kansas City Royals. So if anybody is interested in picking up the Royals, let me know. The buy-in was actually pretty high for it, but they didn't pay. So if somebody wants to throw out a number, you're more than welcome. I'll pretty much take anything over $5. And if you want the Royals, I'll throw them in with the rest of your cards when I ship them out. So I'll give you a few seconds there to decide if you want to jump in on the Kansas City Royals before we start breaking. How you doing, Clint? Below average, how you doing? And if nobody takes the Royals, I'll assign them to myself, and I guess I'll add some Kansas City Royals to my collection tonight. And thank you for everybody tuning in tonight. This is obviously, we got Clint Davis at 15 for the Royals. Does anybody want to jump in on top of that? If not, what I'll do, Clint, is if you can pay via PayPal, I'll send you my PayPal email address so that you can pay for the Royals, and then I'll add them to your shipment. Give it a few more seconds to see if anybody else wants them. So this is going to be the second live break here for Cyber Breaks. Thank you for those of you that came back from the first week. Good to see you back. And those that are new, we're always up for making new friends here. So good to see you also. All right, Clint, I'm going to throw my email address, or I'm sorry, my PayPal address into the chat. All right, so if you want to shoot $15 to cyberbreak7@gmail.com via PayPal, I will hand the Royals over to you. And Clint, if for some reason PayPal doesn't work for you or whatnot, I'll touch base with you offline. You're a repeat visitor to Cyber Break, so I trust you, man. And let me know. I noticed last week when I listened afterwards, when I listened to the break or listened to the video, that I felt like the volume was going in and out a little bit. So I turned up the volume for the music just a little bit. So chime in and let me know if you feel like the music is a little bit too loud and you want me to turn it down. Just give me a holler and I'll be more than happy to oblige. All right, Clint, you said it's sent. Good to go. Yep, I just got it. So I got you locked in for the Royals. Let me add you to the Royals real quick. All right, so there we go. We got Clint added, picking up the Royals. So let's go ahead and go through the buy-ins real quick here. All right, we got Andrew J with the Blue Jays. We have Brandon A with the Guardians, Brian M with the Mets, Chad T with the Diamondbacks, Chris J with the Red Sox, Christian U with the Phillies, Jeffrey G has Astros, Cardinals, Padres, and White Sox, Jonathan K with the Twins. We have Jordan F with the Yankees, Joseph M with the Athletics, Cubs, Dodgers, Orioles, and Rockies. We have Josh G with the Braves, Josh L with the Giants and the Nationals, and we have Josh T with the Brewers. Have a handful of Joshes in here tonight. Clint D with the Mariners, and now also with the Royals. We have Kyle F with the Reds. We have Mark R with the Marlins and Rangers, Richard M with the Rays, Robert H with the Pirates, and Tim P with the Angels and Tigers. Clint says chasing Julio and Bobby Witt. Yeah, definitely, man. All right, so we're going to get going here. We're going to get straight at it. We're going to start with our first box here of Series 1. So obviously in Series 1 here, like last week we did Bowman, so we were looking for prospects, we were looking for rookies, we were looking for whatnot, whatever. This week, as we all know, Topps doesn't have prospects, so we're looking for the hot rookies, we're looking for the autographs, we're looking for serial number cards, parallels, and whatnot. We have 6 boxes. Each are supposed to have a guaranteed hit, an auto or a relic. So what we should see tonight is at least 6 hits, and that doesn't include additional parallels and other cards that we can get that could have high value. We're going to be chasing after some Wander Francos, like Clint said, chasing after some Julio, some Bobby Witts, O'Neal Cruzes. So let's get to it and see what we got. Last week, those of you that were with us saw that we had a huge hit. We pulled an auto, a Bowman Mojo Refractor Auto Ellie De La Cruz last week. So we'll see if we can top that this week. One of the interesting cards that can be pulled out of these boxes are the Home Run Challenge cards. Have any of you pulled any Home Run Challenge cards? Well, there's an advertisement for the Home Run Challenge right there. So the Home Run Challenge card, you can redeem a code on the back. It'll be of a certain player. A few weeks ago, my boys and I, we were opening a box of Topps, and we pulled a couple Home Run Challenge cards out of it. We pulled a Matt Olson and a Manny Machado Home Run Challenge. And the way it works is you can go on Topps.com and enter in the code, and then you pick a game that you hope that given player hits a home run. And if they hit a home run, you get some type of redemption card that Topps will eventually, I'm sure it'll take a while, but eventually will see you. And I see Clint said he's 0 for 3. The funny on those challenges, the funny thing is that between my two kids, one had Manny Machado, one had Matt Olson. Both players hit a home run the night they were they picked them. But one of my boys decided to kind of do, it's called like a double or nothing or whatnot, where if you can pick that option, and if the guy hits a home run of at least 415 feet, you get some type, like a better card. I don't know if it'd be serial numbered or parallel or whatnot. I think that was Matt Olson that he picked. Matt Olson did hit a home run, but it went like 409 or 410, so he didn't get anything. He's not going to get anything out of it. But my other boy that picked Manny Machado, he did hit a home run, so he should eventually be getting something from Topps for that Manny Machado home run. So, oh look, right off the bat, we have a Wonder Franco rookie here in Series 1. So already, that's going to be our first hit of the break. Like I said, we're chasing Wonder Francos. So congrats on that Wander Franco. That's going to be going to Richard M. Congrats, Richard M. And that'll be the first card here that goes up in Tronbot's Trophies. What do you think about that, Tronbot?
Ooh, it's a gem.
Tronbot, he likes it. I saw that Mike Trout, he's back tonight. I think tonight was his first game back. Did anybody catch, like, how did he do tonight? I think I saw that he had a hit at some point. I didn't see anything beyond that. How did Mike Trout do tonight? I'm usually following pretty closely, but when I'm getting ready for the break, I'm not paying close attention to scores and what's going on around the league. Right, what do we got here? We have a How Far orange parallel. Looks like a home run derby parallel with Vladimir Guerrero. 222 out of 299. So I meant to bring up before we even got started, and I'll bring it up after I open this pack. Every break, I'm going to be giving away a card from my personal collection. So stick around. At the end of the break, I'm going to we're going to have a little race that I'll pull up on screen, and the winner of that race is going to be a randomized race. Will win a personal card from my collection. I have a pretty cool card set up for you guys. In addition, you just saw a serial numbered card. It wasn't the serial number that we're looking for, but I have what's called the Cyber Jackpot. Now, I'll let you know about that in just a second. Here's Mike Trout. Joey said Trout got a hit but struck out a few times. Okay, gotcha. That's good to see that he got a hit anyhow. After what's gone on in the past week or so with the Tatis drama, it's good to see Trout back and playing. All right, so let me pull up something here about the Cyber Jackpot. So the way the Cyber Jackpot works, and this is free entry for everybody that buys into one of the breaks here at Cyber Break, is that if I pull a serial numbered card and it is serial numbered 89, that could be 89 out of 100, 89 out of 500, 89 out of anything. If it's serial numbered out of 89, whoever that card belongs to wins the Cyber Jackpot. Last week, I believe it was a box that the winner, if somebody would have won last week, it would have been a hobby box of 2022 Topps Series 1 here. Now, I've upped it a little bit. It's going to be a box of Chronicles baseball if somebody wins it this week. Each week that goes on, if nobody wins it this week, Next week, I'm going to up the price a little bit. We're going to up it by about $10 as far as the value of the box that's being given away until somebody wins the cyber jackpot. So again, the cyber jackpot number is serial number 89. You can see that down at the bottom right-hand corner of the screen as we're going through the break. If I pull an 89, in addition to all of everything you get from this break tonight, you'll also receive a box of 2022 Chronicles. Miguel Cabrera. We just hit a Miguel Cabrera at the back of that pack. I think he's at what, 600, 690 home runs? Man, I would love to see Miggy hit 700, hit that 700 mark before he retires at the end of the season. I think he's 10 away. I didn't see what he's done tonight. But as of yesterday, I believe he was 10 home runs away. You think there's any chance that he'll hit that 10 more? I mean, that's a lot of home runs here in the last month and less than a month and a half left in the season. I've heard some people talking about that perhaps Miggy will put the cleats back on and come back next year to at least until he hits over 700. I don't know if there's any truth to that or if that's just wishful thinking. All right, so we have a Josh Lowe, 1987 Topps Auto, Tampa Bay Rays. So congratulations on that first autograph for Richard. So the first two hits of the night both go to the Rays, both go to Richard M. So far, Richard M is pulling them in, man. Congrats, bud. Trombot, like to hear what you have to say about that, buddy.
I give that one a grade A for awesome.
All right, so Brian De La Cruz rookie. Yeah, Tampa Bay's killing it so far. I have a question for you guys. I collected ball cards as a kid. Got back into ball cards as a young adult. Took a few years off. I kind of fell into that trap originally of, they always say, only buy what you can afford when it comes to ball cards, right? You don't want to go overboard. Man, when I jumped back into it about 10 years ago, I jumped in hard. And I pulled some really nice cards, but I put some money into it at the same time. So I took some time off and jumped back in a few years ago. The top silver foil, Emmanuel Clace cup card. My question is, I always wonder, I've always jumped back and forth. Like, how do you guys organize your cards? Like when it comes to organizing your PC, your personal collection, like how do you guys organize your cards? Do you organize them by team, by value? How do you guys go about that? Oh, yeah, and you're right. Sorry about that. I was thinking about Pujols. Had the wrong person there in mind. Not Miggy. Joey said just came back in earlier this year with the stock crypto. Yeah. Crypto stocks and crypto crashed pretty hard over the last year. I think it pegged out about a year ago over 70,000 for Bitcoin and dropped to maybe even under 20 at some point this year, and it's up around 25 right now, I believe. There's a Willie Mays die cut. Joey says are organized by Bowman versus Tops, and then graded versus not graded, team, and then finally value. All right. So you don't split it, Joey. You don't split it by year. All right, right here we have welcome to the show, Carlos Correa. I'm going to start picking up speed just a little bit going through these packs. Got you. Joey says you only have a few things earlier than 2019. Clint says you just do by team. Once in your box, you don't touch them again unless you have to. Yeah, I mean, and that's tip. I personally, I usually separate mine by at least current value, and then once every blue moon, I'll kind of flip through them and see if I have anything that may have had a dramatic value change. But yeah, it's a good idea not to mess with them unless you have a reason to. All right, look here. So here we have our first home run challenge card. It's for Giancarlo Stanton with the New York Yankees. So that one is going to go to Jordan F. One moment, I'm going to resort my list over here just so I can easily find who has each team. So Jordan, when you get that card, there's a scratch off on the back. You can either obviously save the card, but if you pick a game when Giancarlo Stanton comes back, which he's supposed to be coming back, I believe middle of next week, you stand the chance of winning a pretty valuable Giancarlo Stanton from Topps. It'll probably take him a while to get it to you, but nonetheless. And I think it was it you, Joey, that mentioned the graded cards? Do you guys, two questions when it comes to graded cards. Do you guys, or gals if you're on, do you collect graded cards? Like, do you buy graded cards off the market from eBay or whatnot? And or do you send cards in to get graded? I have a flashiest feet, Andrew McCutcheon. You said you never sent anything off, but you have some PSA slabs. Okay. It says if I pull the Julio short print, that'll be your first card to send off to get graded. Well, we'll see. I'd love to pull it for you. I'd love to pull you a Julio short print that you can send off to get a PSA 10 on, or a BGS 9.5, whatever your preference is. So I had at one point taken a break from collecting a little bit, and it was going back through my cards not too long. I hadn't looked through my cards from 2018 and 2019 time frame, and more than I had remembered, I had quite a few nice Shohei Ohtani rookies, including some short print Shohei Ohtani rookies. So I went ahead and sent a good sized batch recently off to get graded by PSA, and I just got the email, I think it was earlier this week, that they had started to process them, that they're getting ready to grade them. So I certainly don't have them back yet. It'll be a while, I'm sure, but I'm very curious to see. I sent off a handful of Aaron Judge rookies, Shohei Ohtani short prints, and a number of other cards also. So we'll see how that comes back. Oh, well, we have it looks like gold. There we go. We have a Jose Ramirez gold, serial number 1946. So that's not quite the 89 we're looking for. But I'll go ahead and throw this one up. Jose Ramirez, he's a perennial all-star, great player. We'll throw this up in Tron Box Trophies. Below Average asks, what base value of a card do you use when deciding to send a card? So what I typically do is I will go on, if you go to eBay, you can look, say it's the Shohei Ohtani short print. I search eBay for the Shohei Ohtani short print, PSA 10, and then I take a look at past sales of that PS 10 to see what they've gone for. It looks like we got a bot. Hold on, let me take care of that. I'm going to have to, I didn't expect to get a bot tonight. Looks like I may have to assign an administrator duties to a couple people to help me police up bots or trolls. Hey, that's a pretty good card, the 1987 Mike Trout. So anyway, like I was saying, I go to eBay, I search for the PSA 10s, and then you're able to, you're able to look on there at previous sales and get an idea for what that card is sold for. And if I think, if it looks like that card, graded a PSA 10, is sold for $200. Obviously you have to take a look at it and decide whether or not you honestly think your card's going to grade it a PSA 10, because as we know, there's a huge difference between 9 and 10. And when you're paying $20, $30, upwards of $40, depending on what route you go to get your card graded, you pay a good chunk of change. And if it comes back a PSA 8 or even a PSA 9, you may be in the hole. So, you definitely want to be very careful about understanding how PSA grades. And, I use eBay, I use the marketplace to kind of determine what the card would be worth when I get it graded, and then I make that determination, you know, whether or not I think it's worth sending it in. All right. On to box 2. I know. I need to put Trombot to work, man, so he can take care of those bots. Trombot's sitting over here being lazy, man. Hey, there we go. We got the gold Mojo Refractor of Nolan Ryan. Pretty sweet card. We're going to go ahead and throw that one up. And Trombot's trophies. Oh, here comes Trombot. What do you got, bud?
Ooh, shiny.
Welcome to the show, Clemente. When it comes to collecting cards, another question for you guys, what do you do with all of your common cards? All those cards that are neither, you know, rookies or prospects or semi-stars or superstars, just those common cards. Do you still sort those and keep those? Do you give them away? What do you do with your common cards? Very curious to hear. And we have, look at this, Yankees rookie Luis Gil, I believe it's pronounced, autograph, baseball stars. Congratulations to Jordan F. on the Luis Gil autograph rookie. Very cool hit. Aaron Judge, 1987 Topps. Joey says, you just have those common cards sitting in BCW cardboard boxes, trying to keep them organized. Yeah, so what I typically do in my personal collection with the commons is I've just been basically putting them into the cardboard, the 3-row cardboard boxes. I believe they're 2,400 count boxes. And then I tend to also, I have 3 boys that are getting into collecting themselves, so I do give a lot of my cards to my boys and stuff, but there's an awful lot of cards that go into those common boxes. Which reminds me, Next week, we're not going to be pulling a whole lot of common cards because I told you guys last week that the week 3 break coming up was going to be pretty cool. The third break. In the third break, what I'm going to be doing is it's going to be a 3-box mixer. The auctions are up on eBay already. I got them up this evening, just like this week. They end next week, and then later on next Friday evening we'll be doing the break. It's for 3 boxes. It's for a box of Topps Pristine 2022, a box of 2022 Topps Tier 1, and a Topps Series 2 Jumbo box. I don't know if you guys have, how many of you guys have seen the Topps Pristine boxes. I have not opened one myself yet, but I've watched a handful of breakers open the 2022 Pristine, and they're pretty cool. It's a whole pack within a pack within a pack thing. So it should be a lot of fun. Got a Mike Schmidt Dyka. Yeah, Joey, it's interesting you said that about the stats on the back of the card because, you know, when we were kids, or at least when I was a kid in the 80s, I've always been a big fan of the New York Yankees. So if I wanted to know Don Mattingly's stats the previous year, we didn't have the internet. There was no easy way to go look it up. I'd go to my ball card collection to look up stats for players. So cards weren't just, I mean, obviously we collected them as kids, but they weren't just for, they were actually knowledge. That was my main go-to for getting information, whether it was the birth date or what teams they had been on in the past, just whatever information when it came to stats and whatnot, that I went to my ball cards to get that. So what do you guys think? Wait, what's it? Oh yeah, no, yeah, like there's not a. I collected thousands and thousands of cards as a kid in the 80s. Not a single one of them survived, so to speak. I mean, I think I still have a couple boxes of them around, but yeah, I would be shoving multiple cards in the top loaders back to back, just messing with them all the time. So yeah, definitely not the most cards obviously from the junk wax era aren't worth a whole lot. But even if I had something that would have had some value, yeah, there was no way it survived my childhood. Greg Maddux. Greg Maddux, that's one of the interesting junk wax era players whose cards, tended to hold decent value. I mean, relative to other cards over the years. Where a lot of stars, you'll look them up and they'll be worth 50 cents, 25 cents. Usually Greg Maddux cards were worth a buck or two in the late 80s and early 90s Topps and Donruss and Bowman sets. Oh, so what I was going to ask a little bit ago of this, we have about a little over a month left, and there's another Wonder Franco rookie. So we got another hit for Richard M. Congrats, man. What I was going to ask is, considering that we have a little over a month left in the regular season, I know we all have our favorite teams. Realistically, who do you think are favorites from the American League and National League to go to the World Series? Like, who would your picks be if you were gonna make a ton of money off of? And maybe some of you already have your bets in, but who are you picking to go to the World Series? Robin Yount. Had a bunch of those as a kid. A bunch of Robin Younts, I should say. And we have a Mike Trout flashiest feet insert. Joey says, can't say the Dodgers because you'd be a homer for saying that. You think the Guardians have a good shot? I mean, even being a homer, picking the Dodgers, I can't blame you, man. They have a powerful team. As I told you guys last week, I'm a Yankees fan. And up until about a month ago, I would have said, yeah, I mean, even though I'm a homer for saying it, I would have picked the Yankees for the favorites to go from the American League. And the Yankees have fallen to pieces in the past month or so. So unless they get things turned around, unless they get a switch flipped or something, it's not looking good for them at the moment. Clint says, as of right now, I hate to say Houston and Dodgers. Yeah. For a while, Yankees kind of had a pretty strong lead on the rest of the American League, and with them struggling and Houston picking it, I mean, Houston, I believe, has the best American League record now. So, and I'm no fan of the Houston Astros, but hard to argue against that right now. There we go. We have a Generation Now, Juan Soto. Congrats to the Nats, Josh L. on that Juan Soto. Yeah, Joey, I mean, the Yanks, they have the talent, and they have quite a few people, including Stanton, injured. So it's certainly possible that they pick it back up and get hot again. And, I mean, if they're hot, like if they're playing like they were earlier in the season, they're nearly unbeatable. So if they get hot at the right moment, they could certainly make a run in the playoffs. But right now, they got shut out again today. So, I mean, they're looking lost at the moment. Saw Brandon Marsh rookie there, not too bad. Joey says, I don't want to see the trash Astros beat anyone. Yeah, I mean, for me as a Yankee fan, obviously, with the whole Astros incident, left a bit of a sour taste in my mouth. But you know what bothered me? What bothered me personally the most about that season, where the Astros were kind of caught banging trash cans and whatnot, is the whole Aaron Judge, Jose Altuve MVP race. And here we have a future star, Shane McClanahan, paper stock on the back, 28 out of 99. Again, Tampa Bay scores another hit. So congrats. Again, I feel like I've said this quite a few times tonight. Congrats to Richard M. Tonight is just a Tampa Bay Rays kind of night, I guess. Got a couple Wanders, an autographed Josh Lau. A low serial number Shane McClanahan. Not too bad, man. I know. All the hits are belong to Tampa. All the hits are belong to Richard M, I guess. Ryan Mountcastle. I'm just a bit surprised we haven't pulled we're 2 boxes in now after finishing this pack. We have not pulled an O'Neal Cruz yet. Although, you know what? O'Neal Cruz is I believe his rookie series 2 now that I'm thinking about it. I don't think he's in series 1. Which would explain not pulling an O'Neal Cruz thus far. Adam Duvall, silver foil. All right. Let's get the last box of Series 1. Pull it over here. Yeah, Joey, I believe you're right. I think I started saying that. I was like, you know what? I think Cruz is Series 2. Joey says Dodgers not giving Kimbrel the close today with a 1-run lead when he was available. Was he like as in like he was rested? He was available. Like are they choosing to move on from another closer today then, I guess. So he had rest yesterday, so he was certainly available to come in today. So, all right, there we have a hit. We have a Buster Posey Major League Material game used memorabilia sliver of a bat there. This one is not serial numbered, but it's going to be going to the San Francisco Giants. That belongs to Josh L. Congratulations, Josh L. on the Buster Posey. I think I'll need a 55 point for that. Yep. Okay. Slide that back there. So an interesting story. I'm sure if you've collected long enough, most of us probably have a story of either that card we didn't buy that we should have, or that card that we sold that we shouldn't have. I have a story. And it goes like this. When I got back into collecting as an adult back in 2013, 14, 15, I believe it was 2014, I could be off by a year there. I pulled from a pack a young Red Sox prospect named Mookie Betts. It was a first Bowman black refractor auto out of 99 that I pulled of this Mookie Betts. I sent it off to get graded by Beckett, BGS. It came back as a BGS 9.5 with a 10 auto. I then proceeded to sell my Mookie Betts first Bowman auto, black parallel, black refractor, BGS 9.5 with a 10 auto. I sold it on eBay for $220. The last sale I saw of that card, of one of those black refractors in a BGS 9.5, went for $18,000, I believe. So that's my sob story of a card that I wish I wouldn't have sold, that I wish I would have held on to. I kind of learned my lesson as far as those Bowman prospects. Be careful about when you sell them, for sure. Hey, look, we got a die cut Mark McGwire. Hey, there we go. We have another Wander Franco paper rookie. We're just gonna load up Richard's Wander Franco rookie collection tonight. Not too bad. Yeah, Clint, and that's right. I mean, those Bowman prospects, unless it's one of like the hottest prospects, because I think sometimes at the highest level, those prospects can be a little bit like overrated. You know, like when you take, like, for instance, this year the Khalil Watson. I mean, not to say Khalil Watson's not going to be a superstar and that you should or shouldn't hold on to him, but sometimes those guys can be a little overrated. But those secondary prospects, those are the ones. Yeah, you got to hold on to those guys and see what happens there. Well, we got a welcome to the show, Wander Franco. So, like I said, we're just gonna sit here all night and keep adding cards to Richard's collection. So, congrats, Richard, on yet another one. And there's Mookie Betts right there. Oh, I wish I would have held on to that first Bowman auto. There's a Vladimir Guerrero Jr. 2021's greatest hits. Pretty cool looking card. I don't know if you guys can hear this song in the background. It's one of the royalty-free songs that I have that I can play on the channel without getting my videos taken down by YouTube. It sounds an awful lot to me like one of the songs from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, Secret of the Ooze. If any of you remember that movie from the, I guess it would have been early 90s, the second Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie. Especially when it kicks into the chorus here. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but here in a second when it kicks in, it reminds me of the beginning of the movie when everyone's like eating pizza around New York, and I don't know, I think it's very similar, like the tune. We have a gold Tommy La Stella, serial number 2008 out of 2022. Looks like we have a green parallel coming up. Let's cross our fingers on that one. We have a Trey Amburgey New York Yankees green parallel rookie. That is serial number 205 out of 499. Congratulations, Jordan F. Speaking of the Turtles, that second movie, if you remember, Turtle Rap or whatever it was called with Vanilla Ice and Vanilla Ice rapping and the Turtles dancing around. I guess Vanilla Ice is actually touring right now with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Like, I don't know if it's dudes dancing around in turtle outfits or what the deal is, but I saw something just earlier this week, in fact, about Vanilla Ice and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles coming into town where I live. I'm not gonna lie, it's probably going to be terrible, but I might find myself there. No, the green, it wasn't an auto. It was just a parallel. No auto on that one. There's a Shohei Ohtani. Nice card. You know, this year's tops, it's not terrible, but I find it a little like just the general for the base cards. I find the design to be a little bit bland, just like a little too much like white without, lacking color. I guess I don't know. It's definitely not one of my favorite designs that Topps has put out over the past handful of years. Trombot's over here nodding off. Let's see if we can't pull another hit and wake up Trombot. Get him excited. Speaking of Ohtani, pulled the 1/1 Super Franco. Are you serious? Out of a Walgreens hanger? Holy cow. What a pulling anything decent out of a pack of retail is pretty big accomplishment. Pulling a 1/1 Super Fractor, Ohtani, Stars of the MLB. No kidding. Awesome. Good for you, man. Are you keeping it, selling it? What are you doing with that, Ohtani? Joey says, yeah, I agree with you, Cyber. Not big on the design. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's just a little too plain Jane for me, The Chrome version, there is a paper. Right. And you said you pulled the Chrome version, not the paper. That's some pull, man. I pulled some 1/1s in the past, but I don't think I've ever pulled any out of retail. And there's another home run challenge, and get this, wouldn't you know, we have another Wander Franco. We are absolutely loading up Richard tonight with Wander Francos, including a home run challenge. So now Richard has to make that decision. I guess he gets to keep this out of their way, but whether or not to scratch off the back and gamble on Wander hitting a home run when he comes back and getting a rare Wander Franco card mailed to him. So congrats again on the Wander Franco. You are cleaning up tonight. Jeffrey says, got a grade at LCS. Oh. companies gave the free shipping once another. It's clean, perfectly centered. That's awesome, Jeffrey. I mean, I hope it comes. I hope it comes back high grade, because what a pull. What a freaking pull. I mean, and Otani, of all the people, I mean, man, there's a handful, your Judges, your Trouts, your Otanis, your Sotos. That's what collectors are looking for, man. And Otani is, I don't think people realize here, not next year, but the year after, the size of the contract that dude is about to sign on a year-by-year basis. I think Judge will probably sign the largest yearly, maybe not total value, but the per year value. He may break the record when he signs this offseason. Then the following offseason, you got Otani coming up behind him. And like, how do you pay that guy? A pitcher, a batter, all in one roster spot. So he even saves you a roster spot on the 25-man roster. That guy's got some value, so I'll be really curious to see what Otani goes for. Yeah, right. At this rate, I don't see why we wouldn't pull a home field advantage wonder. In fact, I was watching one of Striker breaks earlier today, and I can't remember if it was yesterday's break or today's. He just recently pulled a home field advantage wonder for somebody. I mean, I don't see why not. And now we're going to move on to Series 2, where I'm sure we'll pull a bunch of rookie debut wonders and whatnot. But hopefully we start pulling some O'Neill Cruzes here in Series 2. There's a lot of card dust here. Boy, there's a ton of card dust that you notice as you're opening these cards that just kind of fall out all over the mat. You don't have near as much as that with the chrome cards, but with these mostly paper cards, you get a lot of that card dust. Or maybe out of this box pack, maybe we can pull some nice Wander or O'Neill Cruz parallels, We'll see. Eloy Jimenez. There we go. That didn't take long to pull an O'Neill Cruz rookie. Congrats to Robert H. Yeah, as far as the dust, it's mostly just paper in general. Now there is one, not the archive, the Topps Heritage. I've opened some boxes of Topps Heritage, and because of the card design and the way it's cut, that is at least 2022 Heritage that I've opened recently is the absolute worst for that dust. It's ridiculous how much comes out of each bag. Those are a little bit of the Heritage is a little bit thicker, and the cut's not quite as clean, and the edges of those cards, the dust just pours out of the packs. It's crazy. But all of the paper cards, I mean, you're gonna definitely get some of that card dust, which you start to notice, like when I'm opening on a mat like this, like that's when you really start to notice it accumulate. Yeah, the Hater is not off to a very hot start with the with the Padres. Not sure what's going on there. Similar to what I know, being a Yankees fan, what they're going through. They're not so far. None of the guys that they traded for during the trade before the trade deadline have panned out very well for him, and it's not been good for him. So yeah, that kind of stinks when you bring on a guy and he's not contributing to the team like you would hope. Kirby Puckett. All right, rest in peace to Kirby. Cool card. What do we got here? We have a gold Seattle Mariners American League. And that is 1951 out of 2022. We're still looking for that serial number of 89 for the Cyber Jackpot. Hit the mic. Sorry if you heard that. Willie Peralta. There's a Reggie Jackson on the Oakland Athletics. Have a green parallel coming up of Nick Madrigal. That's number 48. 48 out of 499. Clint said he legit thought that was Julio for a hot second. That would have been nice. That would have been good. So do you guys that are in the chat tonight, do you collect just baseball cards? Do you guys do football, basketball? Do you do any other sports other than baseball when it comes to card collecting? Hey, we got a Sweet Shades Vladimir Guerrero Jr. I'm gonna go ahead and throw that up in Trombot's trophies. Vlad's always a good card. Hey, Trombot, he's waking up over here. Hey, Trombot.
Ooh, shiny.
Joey said baseball only so far, considering UFC. I used to collect Pokemon when those first came out way back. So did you save it? I mean, some of those early Pokemon cards have some pretty good value. Did you probably didn't save any or keep any in good condition, did you? Dansby Swanson. Last I heard today, the Braves are working on a huge extension for Swanson. If I remember right. There's Frankie Montas. It's one of the guys the Yankees picked up at the trade deadline that has not pitched so well his first handful of starts for the New York Yankees. And then they let Jordan Montgomery go to the St. Louis Cardinals, who's pitched 3 gems. His last 3 starts for the Cardinals have been outstanding. So sometimes baseball is hard to figure out. Still have some Pokemon cards in okay condition, but not top loaders. Right. I have them in a binder. Looks like we maybe have a gold coming up. Yanni Hernandez, gold Texas Rangers rookie out of 76. Well, we're pretty close to the 89 there. In the vicinity. Not quite. Yeah, Castillo's been great. Which I thought my team, the Yankees, might pick up at one point, and they certainly didn't. And they've been struggling. So, and I mean, a lot of those pickups at the trade deadline, that's like where teams can go from hanging in there to really contending, and other teams can go from contending to kind of falling off, depending on the moves that you're able to make at the trade deadline. And a lot of that obviously comes down to your GM and your scouts and what works and what doesn't. There's a Josh Lowe rookie. I would consider putting that up in Trombot's trophies, but I just feel like that Richard M has gotten all the love tonight, so. Salvi Press. For a second there, upside down, I thought it was surely another Wander Franco card coming out. Well, why not? Why not pull another Wander Franco home run challenge card? I mean, wow. Congrats again to Richard M. I guess at this point, maybe you, because they came out of 2 different series, they're 2 different cards. Even though they'll each give you, if you use them, each of them will give different shots at the home run challenge. You got two different cards there, so I guess the question's still up for grabs whether or not you hang on to them and don't scratch them off, or whether you play the game. If you play the game, you got 2 chances now with Wander. And the streak goes on. Wander Franco. We pulled a few Wander Francos out of Bowman last week, but man, nothing like what we're doing tonight. Tonight we are on a wonder roll. Hammerin', Hank Aaron. And we have a 1987 Topps Mike Yastrzemski piece of jersey there. So congrats to Josh L on that hit. Justin Verlander, no hit club. And I hope those of you that were in on last week's break, I hope you got your shipments pretty quick. I think I got them all out on Monday, so I was hoping that no matter where you were in the U.S. that you would get them here before the end of the week. So hopefully you've received those. Oh. We have a Carlos Correa, and this is, I believe, let's see. This must be is this a photo variation, I believe? Let's see. Yeah, this is a short print, Carlos Correa. So congrats to Jonathan K on the short print Correa. Clint said, got yours yesterday pretty quick. All right, good to hear, man. I was hoping everybody would get theirs at some point this week. All right, 2 more boxes left. Joey said you got yours yesterday also. All right, good to hear, man. Let's see, we have a, looks like a teal refractor. That was close, guys. That was close. 84 out of 99. We came very close to the 89 there. Felix Hernandez, though, nonetheless, going. Let's see, who's that going to? Clint D, the Mariners. King Felix. Nice hit, man. Open another pack of top loaders here. Yeah, buddy. All right. Keep plugging along here. I know. Watch out, Wonder. We're gonna go on a King Felix roll here. I don't know. Jonathan India. Oh, almost. I know. I'm surprised we're not just piling on the rookie debut Wonder Francos at this point. I mean, Sweet Shades, Christian Yelich. Yeah, I pulled one of those home field advantage cards for my PC, I don't know, maybe 2 weeks ago, but it wasn't Wonder Franco, it was Byron Buxton, so nice little pull, but those cards have some serious value for the stars and the rookies. Pack's not wanting to play ball. I want to be careful here. Okay. There we go, a Shohei Ohtani 1987 All-Star. Congrats to Tim P. A nice little hit there. There's Miggy. Looks like we have a gold card coming up. Serial number gold card. And it is Patrick Corbin. Number 514 out of 2022. Shohei. Joey says, break number 2, how do I like doing the breaks? I enjoy doing it. I really enjoy doing it. It's kind of a learning process, especially as far like trying to assemble breaks and what works and what doesn't. I honestly, going through like say tonight's break, I don't think I would do another one quite like this with like all tops, because obviously a large number of the cards we go through here are just going to be base cards. So I'm thinking about maybe starting moving towards like more of like mixer breaks, like I'm going to be doing next week, where I do a little bit of high end, a little bit of low end, kind of mix it up as far as the types of cards and the values, so that we're not necessarily just going through all just a whole lot of base cards. We have a green Jonathan's Scope, 13 out of 499. So I appreciate you guys sticking with me, as it's like I said, a little bit of a learning process, and tonight's break's taking a little longer than last week's, just because of the number of packs that are to be opened. So it's just all stuff I'll kind of make note of and make small adjustments as we go forward, as far as putting the breaks together. Akil Badu. Next week should be fun, because with the Topps Pristine, Topps Tier 1, and the Series 2 Jumbo, it won't take us long to go through those, but we're going to be pulling at least 9 hits, 3 out of each box, not to mention any other, parallels and serial number cards that we may pull. Right here we have another gold. We have a Tommy Edman, and that is 1460 out of 2022. Coach says, having a good time. Jack and Coke along with the break. Kids in bed. Yeah, dude. I like to have my share of a little bit of bourbon or a little bit of Jack and Coke, but obviously don't want to partake of too much of it before I start a break, because I'm handling all of your ball cards, and you know how that goes. You start getting a little over the edge with some heavy whiskey or heavy bourbon, and I'd hate to be dropping your cards all over the place and dinging them off, and that wouldn't be too good. So maybe after the break, I'll partake and enjoy a little bit. Fernando. What do you think about Fernando's card stock? Do you think he's, when he comes back next year, do you think he'll ever be able to recover? Already, you notice like the value on the market has gone down considerably for Fernando Tatis. I'm wondering if it's worth buying cards, or if it's still going to keep bottoming out, if it'll ever recover, if he'll be the same player. Just a lot of questions there when it comes to Tatis moving forward. Even what his role will be with the Padres, considering how unhappy they are with what has unfolded. Joey says, "Yeah, man, with Clint, like watching the break, but totally understands." Oh yeah. Sorting is very time consuming. And there's another home run challenge. That's a Pete Alonso home run challenge. So nice card. That'll end up obviously going. So that'll go to Brian M. So Brian can decide whether or not to play the game when he gets that card or not. And I'll end up sorting tomorrow. So tonight after the break, maybe I'll throw back a little bit of bourbon or something. There we go, right on top there. We got an O'Neal Cruz rookie. I've watched O'Neal Cruz quite a few games this year, and that dude's a stud, man. I mean, needs a little more refinement as far as his infield work and stuff, but dude's got a cannon for an arm, 6'7", has like all the tools. He seems like, I think he's going to round out to be a pretty good freaking baseball player. Clint says, you don't think Tatis will recover? He can never reach a Hall of Fame. Joey says, you don't think he'll recover? I would lean towards agreeing with you that he won't reach the Hall of Fame just because of, what we've seen with other guys like Bonds and Clemens and those, and A-Rod. But we just saw Ortiz. We saw a weird exception that's hard to explain when Ortiz just went into the Hall of Fame, even though he obviously failed a drug test. It wasn't one he got suspended for, but back when they were doing preliminary testing, Ortiz failed one of those drug tests, and I mean, he still got into the Hall. So it'll be interesting to see moving forward how they handle that. There's a Jarren Duran rookie. But yeah, the whole Tatis thing, that was a pretty big blow to baseball, the Padres, obviously, and even card collecting. There were a lot of Tatis fans out there, man, a lot of them. Whether you like him or not, I mean, there are a lot of people that were pretty crazy for Tatis. Posted next to your top should do a photo variation of Rodolfo Castro sliding his phone popping out. That would be good, man. That would be funny. I was surprised, when they suspended him, I think, for a game or something, if I remember reading that right, which kind of surprised me. I guess it's kind of, I think Major League Baseball is looking at it as far as like just their whole crackdown on the cheating and stuff, and how you can't have any electronic devices in your pocket and stuff. And I guess baseball even confiscated and searched the phone to make sure there wasn't anything going on, and they didn't find anything. But nonetheless, the dude's running around with the phone in his pocket, man. I don't know. Mookie Betts, 87 All-Star. Congratulations. Major League Material, Ozzy Albies. So that is going to Josh G, who has the Braves. Congrats on the Ozzy Albies. I'm trying to get one of these 55 points. feel like we're definitely due an auto in the next box. Let's see. What do we have here? We have a significant statistics, Salvi Perez. All right, on to the final box of the night. And while I'm getting this box ready, don't forget to like, subscribe, and click on or ring that bell so that you're notified when we go live for breaks. All right, let's have a little cyber luck here at the end. Let's see what we can get out of the final box of 2022 Topps Series 2. Whit Merrifield. I know, we need some Trombot magic. Let's give it to us, Trombot. Trombot's itching, man. He's itching for a big pull, for a big hit. Cal Ripken Jr. Javi Baez. Clint says, what prospects are you currently chasing? Well, this year so far, I'm pulling in a few Khalil Watson first Bowmans. And then being a Yankees fan, I'm looking for a handful of Yankees, including the Oswaldo Cabrera, who was just called up by the Yankees a couple days ago. His first Bowman is 2022, and I have a handful of them. So him getting called up, I kind of dug those up to take a look at what I have there. And I'm kind of grabbing, even though obviously this year's not his first Bowman, I'm grabbing whatever Jason Dominguez cards I can get, the Martian in the Yankee system. Joe Morgan. For your guys, for your personal collections, do you typically like when you're buying packs or buying boxes, do you stick more with Bowman to go after the prospects more so than Topps, or do you kind of go back and forth? Like, what are your go-tos typically when it comes to adding to your personal collection? Clint said, I've been big on Orioles prospect these last couple years. Hutchman and Calzer. Yeah, you know, speaking of Orioles, when I got back into card collecting back in the early 2012, 2013 time frame, I got in just in time to kind of jump on the Manny Machado Orioles bandwagon for his Bowman prospect cards and then rookie cards and stuff like that. So I have quite a few nice Manny Machado cards in my collection. Pulled a Jordan Lawler a couple months ago. Okay. No kidding. So you've gotten your biggest hits from Topps, huh? Back when I started or kind of got back into collecting there, Jose Abreu, when he came on the scene, of course, you know, he didn't have any prospect cards. He was similar to Ohtani in that, you know, he came into the league and immediately, you know, we had his rookie cards and whatnot. And out of that year's Bowman, I landed 2 Jose Abreu autographs. One was his like just regular autograph, Bowman Chrome autograph, and then I also landed his Bowman Chrome refractor out of $4.99 or $500. Which at the time, I mean, like he was like the hot guy that year. I mean, everybody was going after the Jose Abreu, so had pretty good value. Clint said, "Yeah, 90% of your hits are from breaks." Yeah, I believe it. I mean, that's the sweet thing about breaks is just, you know, being able to identify the teams or the hits that you want and, you know, having a good chance of getting those. And over the years, you know, I bought a lot of cards for my personal collection and pulled tons and tons of hits, spending a whole lot of money, you know, buying them. But just because of the way the odds game works, almost, you know, rarely pull hits for the, you know, my favorite teams like the New York Yankees, or in fact my favorite NFL team, the Cincinnati Bengals. And just so you know, I grew up, it's been a rough 30 plus years as a Bengals fan. Only last year did it finally pay off. But, you know, I very rarely, you know, I pull all kinds of hits for other teams and, you know, you never get like what you really want. So like buying in the breaks allows you to kind of more so focus on those teams or players that you want. Hey, look there. We have an orange Jack Mayfield out of $2.99, 102. 102. I know. I mean, Richard was killing it the first half, and like the Yankees were, and now he's in a horrific slump. So maybe we can pull him back in here. I don't know. Well, look here. We have a blue parallel Juan Soto, 1987 Topps blue parallel. So congratulations to Josh L on that Juan Soto. Very cool card. That will go up in the Trombot's trophy case. Hey Trombot, wake up over there. We pulled a pretty nice card for you, bud.
Ooh, it's a gem.
Hey, there we go. Pretty nice card. The Mike Trout Sweet Shades. Mike Trout back at it tonight. Pull a couple Mike Trouts, and we'll throw this one up in the Trombot's trophy case. We're kind of running out of room here, so there we go. Cover up the Carlos Correa. How about that? Oh boy, here we go again. Come on, Trump. You know, I knew hiring Trombot was a mistake. He's not helping me out at all over here. You know what, Joey? I'm about to knight you. Congratulations. You're a moderator. Give him the boot if you see any more bots. And we have an Ozzie Smith short print. That's a pretty cool card. Pretty cool photo of the Wizard. Congratulations, St. Louis Cardinals, and that's going to Jeffrey G. Joey's got our back, and he's kind of doing Trombot's job for him. Thank you, Joey. Marcus Stroman. I love the 1987 Topps cards because when I was a kid, the year I started collecting baseball cards like hardcore was 1987, and that wood border design, and it just really hits home as far as nostalgia goes. I loved it. Let's go. We got a handful of packs left. Let's get a big one here. And we got an Adolis Garcia home run challenge. Another one, another home run challenge. I'm a fan of those cards. I think they're pretty cool. I know a lot of people probably won't even scratch it off and play the game, but I think it's part of the fun. Playing the game and going for that chance at a nice rare card. Shohei. There we go. There's a Juan Soto 1987 Topps. Pretty cool card. You know what? Just because I want to wake Trombot up again, I'm putting the Soto Topps card up in Trombot's trophy case. What do you think about that, Trombot?
Ooh, it's a gem.
You had Harper, Alonso, and Garcia. Went 0 for 3 on the home run challenge, huh? Hey, there's an O'Neal Cruz rookie. Yeah, I thought it was funny when my boys, like I said, both of their guys hit home runs, but my one boy decided to get greedy and go for that 415 or longer, and his dude was just short of 415, so he won't be getting anything in return. Hey, there's a Giancarlo Stanton silver foil. Hey, there it is. We couldn't finish off the night without yet another Wander Franco, right? So here we have the Wander Franco Sweet Shades. Congrats again to Richard M. You have just scored yourself yet another Wander Franco. Wander Franco Mania. Unreal. What a break if you're trying to collect Wander Francos, man. Wow. I know. I had no doubt we were going to get at least one more Wander Franco. I mean, I think we're down to 4 packs. Hey, there's an Aaron Judge 1987 All-Star. Congrats to Jordan F. We'll see Aaron Judge. He's slowed down a bit as of recent. We'll see if he can pick up the pace again and keep pursuing that American League home run record. The record that a lot of people, anyway, some people consider to be the rightful MLB record, depending on how you look at the McGuire, Sosa, Bonds situation. Congratulations. We have a Pittsburgh Pirates Brian Reynolds Major League material. So congrats to Robert H. I said, do you plan on doing any more Bowman Mega? Yes. I mean, I will definitely get back around the Bowman Mega probably pretty soon. Bowman Mega is one of my, at least for this year, Bowman Mega is one of my favorite retail boxes because of the Mojo refractors and whatnot that you can pull out of it. The boxes that I've opened, I've had pretty good luck at pulling some nice cards, including, if you remember last week, the Ellie De La Cruz auto wasn't out of the hobby boxes. It came out of the Bowman Mega. So, yeah, I'm a big fan of Bowman Mega. Typically I lean towards the hobby boxes, but there's some value to be had in some of the retail products out there. And Bowman Mega, I think, is definitely one of them. So yeah, in a few weeks here, I have a handful of breaks kind of lined up in the next few weeks, but I'm probably gonna, in a few weeks, be coming back around to doing some more Bowman and some Bowman Chrome when Bowman Chrome is released. I think Bowman Chrome has been pushed back a number of times, but we'll get it eventually, and we'll start hitting up some Bowman Chrome and doing some Chrome breaks. And we'll throw in some Mega. It's nice to use Mega boxes to kind of round off a break to add some quantity and quality at the same time to your break. All right. So that does it for the break itself. So let me get these cards put aside real quick before you go. Let's do a recap. We will run the race to give away a card out of my personal collection. I just realized I stood the Juan Soto up there with soft sleeve, but no top loader. All right. Yeah, I don't know if you can see it, but man, the amount of card dust is ridiculous. All right. So, it is time for the Cyber Recap.
Cyber Recap.
All right, Buster Posey, Major League Material, Jose Ramirez Gold. We had a Josh Lowe, rookie auto, 1987 Topps, a nice Nolan Ryan Mojo Refractor, Luis Heel, rookie auto, Brian Reynolds, Major League Material, Mike Trout, Flashiest Feet, and we went on a Wander Franco run. We have 3 Wander Franco rookies, 1 Sweet Shades, a welcome to the show, a home run challenge, 2 home run challenges, so quite the stack of Wander Francos tonight. Trey Ambergi, Aaron Judge, Shane McClanahan, Juan Soto, Shohei Ohtani, Felix Hernandez, Mike Trout, Sweet Shades, Carlos Correa, short print. We had 2 Juan Sotos here. We had the 87 Topps and the 87 Topps Blue Parallel. We also scored 3 O'Neal Cruz rookies. Vladdy Sweet Shades, Yastrzemski Memorabilia, 1987 Topps, Ozzie Smith short print, and an Ozzie Albies Major League Material. All right, and before we go real quick, I'm going to be giving away 1 card from my personal collection. Today's card is a Juan Soto Topps Archives rookie. So, let's get right to it. I'm going to pull up the race that I have queued up here. So every time that you bought into the break, you were also entered into this race. So you'll see multiple cars if you had multiple buy-ins to the break. And let's switch over. 30-second race. Let's get ready, get set, and go. All right, we got Nathan K, Josh T up front, Mark R. 20 seconds left. Jordan F pulling up. We got Josh L pulling out in front with 13 seconds. Four seconds left. We got Mark R pulling up 2, 1. It is Mark R. All right. So, congratulations. Congratulations to Mark R. You are also, in addition to all the other cards you're going to receive, you're going to receive the Juan Soto rookie. Let me find my pad so I make a quick note of that. Guys, it has been awesome breaking with you tonight. Fun as usual. Next week, like I said, got the big break coming up, so be sure you check on eBay, check the auctions. Look forward to doing it again with you. Until next time, keep collecting.